ever heard the story of Lake Lanier? When the angry white mob went into the all-black town in the early 1900s, killed most of the people in there, ran the rest of them away. And then later on down the line, the U.S. government was like, you know what, instead of giving these people respirations, instead of, giving them a little something to care or love about, we're going to just drown the town. We're just going to drown the town. Houses, graves, all types of, they're just going to drown the town. Y'all ain't never heard of that? Oh, I'm going to tell you about this story. Let me tell you about the story. What's up, potties? It's the dopest soul you'll ever meet. And welcome to the little mini series that we like to call, Who the Fuck is Your Government? Well, I guess it's our government, huh? But who the fuck is your government? Don't put me in it. Like I explained last week, we just came up with a little mini series because through all the shit that's going on in the world, it's still motherfuckers that believe in the government. Come on now. So all these stories that we are telling are real. They might sound fake, but I promise you they're 100% real. Now, you guys, hold on. Before we get into the story with Lake Lanier and stuff like that, I gotta show y'all something. We got a little supporter mail. We got a little supporter mail. So hold on. Look, you guys. Look what we got. I didn't even open it up yet because I wanted to open it up with y'all. You feel me? I ain't even want to open it up by myself. So hold on, let's open it up. Let's see. Oh! Look at that. That's hard. Look at this shit. Can y'all get a look? Can y'all see it? Nah, this some hard shit, bro. Like, this hard. Probably thank y'all. This shit hard. Thank you. Y'all, hey. Y'all look at the detail, bro. Look at the rose tattoo. The smoke choke. This shit ain't so hard, bro. Hold on. I ain't even let y'all, wait. So on the back of March 11, 2026, it's to the dopest soul you'll ever meet. That's me, okay? This is your reminder to always keep going. Cruella Divine. Okay, we got Cruella Divine. We got our fellow party, Cruella. And she left us a note. Let me read the note. To the dopest soul I've ever met. Keep going. You have something truly amazing in your hands. Take care of it. From a fellow potty. That's so dope. That's dope as hell. That's dope. All right, y'all. All right, come on, y'all. All right, let's get into the story.
I'm the type of nigga that gets sassy on the bitch. VVS, clarity, stone, Prezi on the bitch. And I'm feeling like the hand of God bless me in this bitch. Put respect up on my name, ho, I'm heavy in this bitch. I just won 7 Grammys.
Alright, so about 40 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia, sits one of the most visited lakes in the South. Every year, tons of people come to swim, fish, and boat across Lake Lanier. From the surface, it look peaceful. They got little vacation homes out there. The boats are real nice and like parked in the little marinas and stuff like that. I said, okay, bitch, like it look real good, real nice out there. But under the lake, it's like a whole completely different world. It's roads and alleyways down there, foundations of homes and churches, remains of communities that was down there way before the lake even existed. So in the early 1900s, the area surrounding the Chattahoochee River was mostly rural farming communities. Is it Chattahoochee? Yeah, I think it's Chattahoochee. I was about to say, is it Chattahoochee or Chattahoochee? But it got an H in it, so it got to be Chattahoochee. Anyway, that's just a crazy name. All right, I'm not trying to get off. That is a crazy name, Chattahoochee. Anyway, these towns were scattered throughout what is now Forsyth County, Georgia, and the neighboring counties. So life was basically built around agriculture. Most of the families was farmers. So they was farming stuff like corn and cotton and livestock and stuff like that. And like small communities back in the day, the church was basically the center of the life for the community. Now, black families and white families both lived in the community during this period. Some black families even owned land and farms of their own, building stability in the decades following the war. But as we know, just because slavery is over with, don't really mean that, because racial tensions were still high. And in 1912, one violent event would change that region forever. My bad, y'all. I had to roll up again. Tell this story. This part is gonna make you mad. So if you ain't start smoking yet, cause I'm sorry, I ain't even tell y'all like, go ahead and light this shit up. But like, if you ain't start smoking yet, baby, this is the time to go ahead and light it up, cause this the part of the story. Hold on. So in September of 1912, a young white woman by the name of May Crow was found badly injured near the town of Cumming. So now the town of Cumming was one of those neighborhood counties I was talking about in the beginning of the story. Not just neighborhood on the Chattahoochee River, nothing important, girl. A boy, I'm not one of them. Y'all all welcome. Authorities quickly arrested several black men in connection with the attack. How they know who did it? I don't know. That's what I'm still trying to figure out too. How you just gonna go to somebody and just be like, you did the crime, and then you gotta do the time? And then that's fucked up. One of the men was Rob Edwards. Before Rob could even stand trial, a large white mob broke into the jail. They dragged him out of his cell and they lynched him in town square. And all this right now that is happening is off pure accusations, no proof. And that was just the beginning of it. Armed groups of white men began moving through the town of Oscarville, threatening black families and ordering them to leave. Shots were fired into homes. Properties were being burned down. Black families left their homes, their belongings, their clothes, their shoes, and left out of fear. Something that they've been working towards after slavery. I'm about to get off topic right quick, but I'm going to bounce back on. It's not going to even be a long time. Hold on, watch this. Do you know how hard that got to be for you to build your own town, your own community, get your life together after slavery? Being able to build something up from nothing as a black person after slavery. Do you know how hard that would have been? And they did that. Do you know how proud they probably was that they built that whole town, had churches and schools and everything? Like, do you know how proud just for it to be taken away just like that? Like, that's just really fucked up. Like, fuck the mob. And I'm not talking about not the money over bitches. Not that mob. I'm talking about fuck the white mob. Like, fuck y'all. We all right with the money over bitches. Y'all cool with me. Let's get back on topic. We get back on topic. Within weeks, thousands of black residents abandoned their homes and their land just to escape the violence. Now, this is what I found a little fishy, okay? This is what I found a little fishy. Because I can easily find how many people they drove out of the town, okay? And I'm putting the I'm putting the quote on quotes because it was definitely made way more than this. Like, it was definitely way more than this. They're saying approximately 1,100 people was driven out of the town by the mobs and stuff like that. 1,000 black people, okay? That's how many people left their businesses and stuff like that. But for the love of Jesus Christ, I cannot find how many people died. Like, I can't find how many people died. So I looked. I asked ChatGPT how many people died. They said 700, but you know, they don't know shit. They don't know. They don't know. So I can't find it anywhere. You do that information as you will. I don't know. But after they drove out most of the black residents of the town, the white residents that was living there lived there for like decades after. Like, they never moved. They drove the people out, burned their property, and stayed in their homes. Now, I know you probably high like me because I'm high as hell. I put wax in my blunt and everything. Like, I'm super high. But I know you probably high like me and you're trying to figure like, okay, so what does this have to do with who the fuck is your government? Like, what did this have to do with anything? I'm gonna tell you. Wait, let's get there. So decades later, the federal government began planning a massive infrastructure project in the same region. Atlanta had just started booming, and they was expanding super fast. The population needed a stable water supply. So to solve the problem, the government decided to build a large dam across the Chattahoochee River. So they started constructing the Blueford Dam in 1950. The dam was designed to create a vast reservoir behind it. Once completed, the valley upstream was slowly filled with water. But building a reservoir required something pretty fucked up. Thousands of acres of land had to be cleared, and communities that was in that valley had to disappear. Before the flooding began, U.S. government did purchase land from residents across the counties. But those was the white residents that decided to stay after they did that violent racial bullshit in 1912. Houses was torn down. Businesses closed. More than 50,000 acres of land was acquired for this project. That's a lot of land. I didn't even know how much 1 acre of land was. Like, 1 acre is big as hell. Like, I just seen that. 50,000, that is so much land. Like, what do you need that for? Like, why do you need that much? You didn't, like, that's crazy. Do y'all know what 1 acre of land, do y'all know how big 1 acre of land is? Like, do you really know? That's all you need for a house is 1 acre. You don't even need nothing else. That's how big the 1 acre. You'll have the land, the house, the goats, the chickens, the RVs, the land to drive the RVs on. Like, 1 acre is big. 50,000 is outrageous. I don't think I'll ever put wax in the blunt again and try to do a high history episode because I feel like I'm just so high. Like, I'm super high. But anyway, let's get back to the story. So yeah, they tore down the houses and everything like that, but not every structure was tore down. Basically, the whole town of Oscarville is still down there. So like the churches, the houses, the businesses, the roads, the cemeteries, all that stuff is still down there. They never moved that people's stuff. And on top of never moving the people's stuff, I never found where they even reached out to the folks and tried to pay them for the land. I never even found that. Are you crazy? Like, what the fuck? They tried to say that cemeteries that were located in the flood zone got removed to higher ground so like families couldn't relocate the remains. The black residents that had to move and relocate and leave everything behind said that they didn't even get a chance to, they didn't get anything. They don't know what these people talking about. They said they didn't get a chance to move their people remains and things like that. So it's still like, what are we doing? Like, why would you do that? What satisfaction did you get from doing that? Over some money because you didn't want to move them? What satisfaction did you get doing that? But don't even feel too bad. Don't even feel too bad because today the lake has a reputation of being unusually dangerous. Since the 1950s, hundreds of people have died from boating incidents, drownings, and just mysteriously disappearing. Because the number of accidents, many locals believe that the lake is either haunted or cursed. Of course it's haunted. Of course it's haunted. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? What I told you, what they did to the folks and the people? Of course it's haunted. You burn them stuff down. You burn those people stuff down. Hung them, ran them out of town. Yeah, of course. Of course it is. What do you mean? They believe. You should know. Divers who've been down there say it don't feel normal. They talk about feeling dizzy, feeling like something's brushed past them even when nothing's there. Some refuse to go back down there. The most famous haunting there is the woman on the lake. In 1958, a young woman by the name of Delia Parker Young drove off a bridge into the Lake Lanier. Officers couldn't find her body at the time, but years later, they discovered remains in the lake. Since then, people claim they see a woman in a blue dress near the lake shore or walking on the lake. So I don't guess like she trying to do nothing to nobody or nothing like that. She just like minding her own business. But that's still creepy. Like, that's still creepy. And then like they be calling out to her and stuff like, no, that's creepy. Like I said, of course they mad. So it's just like too much going on in Lake Lanier. It's too much going on with the haunted side. But I do understand because like government, who do you think you are? Why would you do that? It be so many, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's always more than one solution to solve a problem. And no matter what the problem is, it could have been way more solutions to solve that problem. Even if the Atlantean people needed water, you did not have to just like say, fuck the whole town of Oscarville and drown them out. At least pay the people for they land and stuff like that. Say, hey, my bad, this even happened to you, bro. It was old time, something like. That's just me. But this story was on Lake Lanier. Like I said, my bad, y'all. I'm high. Like, my bad. The story was a little everywhere. My bad. I'm high. But yeah, make sure you smoke the gas and make sure you pass it. Dope soul out.